Welcome to Every LA Talks with Los Angeles real estate agent Matthias Baker Mazzucci.
All right, let's talk about how to use home warranty to your advantage when you are a landlord. This is a game changer. I'm telling you, if you haven't heard about this before, I'm going to teach you a trick right now which will make your life so much easier. You buy a house and you decide to rent it out. You buy a condo and you're renting it out. Did you know that you can get home warranty when purchasing the property? And every time something like the dishwasher stops working and the refrigerator or whatever, the HVAC, instead of having to go online and go through Yelp and call and schedule with maintenance people and then they don't show up and then the job is too small for them or whatever, you can use home warranty to basically be your management company helper. How does that work, Katie?
Yes, so it's exactly the same as if you have it for the first year in your new home. You would pay the service fee. You have the option of putting the tenant on the home warranty plan if you'd like them to have access to call in and place a service appointment. Some owners don't like to have their tenant on there, but that's up to you. They could abuse it. It depends on who's paying for it. So that all has to be worked out with the owner. But yes, it works exactly the same as we've discussed before. It doesn't matter if it's tenant occupied or just, the owner owns the property. So it's the same either way, same plans.
That makes perfect sense. Actually, that's an idea. If you trust your tenant, they can be the one placing the service calls. So they can address the situation. Obviously, you don't want it to abuse, so you could be the one in charge, but that is a good option. And you know what? Let's talk. This is, when you have a rental, it's an investment. You have to think about the bottom line. And oftentimes, if you have the property, unless you've owned it for a long time, you're fighting rent controls and things like that when you own the property for a long time. So you want to make sure you don't spend your money on repairs. At least you minimize your risk for repairs. So this is a great idea. If you're a landlord, if you're a real estate investor, getting a home warranty can make a big difference. And as we've seen before, this is not a 1 year and done service. This is a service that you can renew going forward, which is very important, that you can keep it and keep going and keep paying for it so that during the period of the tenancy, you have that kind of peace of mind. That those systems are covered. So for a landlord to place a claim, it's basically, I guess it's not a claim, a service call. It's the same thing as the same process, right? Got it.
Exactly. Perfect. So you can do so online or through the app that we discussed. Also, another thing is with the virtual experts. That's another thing you can give your tenant access to. If something breaks, they can try that first before placing a service request.
So this is very important. What Katie said, like if you have a plan that allows you to use, the virtual expert, there's no fee for that. You don't have to pay a service call. And sometimes they can say, oh, you just forgot to turn on the thermostat, which happens, right?
Exactly. How to work something. Exactly.
Yeah. So it can be that simple. Well, Katie, do you have any parting words for our audience who joined us in this series about home warranty? Obviously, if they have any questions, they can reach out to you directly.
So you can always contact me. Just one breakdown that's covered can, pay off the home warranty that you bought for the year itself. So it's really a valuable tool to have for you or your tenants. Protect your budget. Absolutely.
It's so true. And, home ownership is an expensive proposition, especially Los Angeles, Southern California, cost of labor, cost of material. You can help, you can offset some of that by, using a service plan such as home warranty. So Katie, thank you so much for having joined us in this series to discuss home warranty. We covered a lot of things. If you missed any of the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and go back and see. And of course, if you're interested in buying or selling in LA, feel free to reach out. All right, we'll see you in the next series. Bye.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Thank you for watching. To find out more, visit everyla.com.